Hello, everybody. Welcome to After the Credits number 95. Today we are joined by a very special guest. Ben is on the show today. Ben, how's it going? How are you today?
It's going all right, can't complain.
Can't complain. This is not our first time chatting. It's your first time on this particular show, but we've talked over on the pipeline. I think we did. I think this year we did Iron Man 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
In April, and then we did something last year as well. Oh no, we did a Christmas episode. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Christmas special one. Yeah,
a couple years ago. Yeah. But welcome back to the show. I hope you're doing well. I am.
Yeah, I'm doing great. You've done 95 episodes of this show?
I've done 95 of this show, and then I've done about 160 of the pipeline.
Wow, that's incredible.
I've done too many.
Hey, it's incredible though.
I very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to talk this week, though. We have two pretty big shows to go over today. The end and the beginning, if you will, which are always very exciting. As those two things are always very exciting on the show. It's like the start of something new and then the wrap up. Obviously, Gen V hit us with the season finale. I'm gonna say season finale for now. Potentially series finale. It's in that limbo state of we'll see.
And if we didn't have the VOT prequel coming out, I would be like, nah, they're 100% going to continue this spinoff. But there's already more in the universe coming that they don't necessarily need this spinoff.
They don't. Yeah, no, they don't need it because we have the final season of The Boys. We have the VOT Rising series. There's also The Boys Mexico that is not officially picked up, but they've said they're working on potentially. So
a
lot more from this world.
No, there is. And, I saw a trailer for The Boys Season 5 back at Comic-Con back in July. And looks great. Looks great.
Oh, that's very exciting. It's very exciting. And then we also have Welcome to Derry, a new show we're adding to our roster of shows that we talk about on here. We did on Pipeline a couple weeks ago. We went through the movies for the first time. As part of our Halloween month, in preparation for this show. So I'm very excited to kind of set the stage to see where the show goes. I think it's an 8-episode long journey. So I'm very excited to hop into some of that stuff.
A 3-season plan that they've got.
3 season plans, and each one going backwards, which I've never seen a show do that. Typically, you go forward. You set your period piece, and then you go forward in time.
Exactly.
It's interesting to go all right, it's 45 more years and 45 more years. Especially with a show that's already set so far into the past. Because
especially I'll compare it to Andor, where Andor kind of started before, and you kind of built up the Rogue One.
Sure, yeah.
It's this one is kind of doing a reverse of that, where you just kind of keep going backwards before the first movie, and it's I guess that we'll see the build up to his origin.
No, it's gonna be very interesting. Let's read some of these comments really quickly, and then we'll hop into whatever this episode has in store. Jeffrey said, "Why, hello there." He said, "That's not Taz." Hello, just kidding. Yeah, Taz is not here. Taz. Not to give away his personal info, but he is doing some new stuff at work. He's starting a new venture over at work. He also does not watch these shows, and we did not have time to watch Visions like we have promised you guys. But he'll be back eventually. If not within these couple months, he'll be back for Fallout when that comes out in December, at the very least. Which that's also a show I'm very much looking forward to.
What a great show!
Oh, that's good. I can't wait for that weekly journey with that show. That's gonna be.
I missed out on watching it weekly. I watched it, binged it all at once, but that's a show I really wish I watched weekly.
That's how they dropped it. They did the binge model for season 1, and that was my singular one problem with it. I was I love the show, but I don't remember the individual episodes because it's just kind of one mush because I had to watch it all at once to talk about
exactly.
it. So
yeah, it's like
fun. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big advocate towards the the week-to-week style. It's such a better model.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like some cases where I'm kind of like, okay, every once in a while it can work depending on the medium, depending on what you want. But like 9 times out of 10, I would just enjoy so much more just being able to watch it in one go and like one go ahead. And yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. Like I couldn't imagine if they released like Invincible at once. That show I don't think would be nearly as popular as it is now. Like
no, it's that like weekly discussion that keeps me going. Which I wish Netflix would just do it.
Seriously, like Stranger Things, I don't like them doing the freaking, like the release 4 episodes and 4 episodes are like 2 months later. I don't like it.
No, I think there's versions of that almost work. Like I think what Cobra Kai did recently kind of worked.
That worked. Like, no, yeah, it kind of worked as well because I do think every part kept getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do something like that, it works. But like, for instance, I'll go back to Invincible. Invincible Season 2 did that and it killed the momentum for Season 2.
It didn't work. Yeah.
It didn't work. Like Season 2, Part 2 got 0 hype compared to Part 1.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's again, that's a large debate that I've had many times at this point of just being like the amount of Netflix I do think Netflix would fully be on top of the TV world if they just committed to that template in terms of like
exactly
Avatar and One Piece and Stranger Things and Wednesday. Like they have all these big shows that just kind of like
bangers.
Just one and done. It's like, all right, whatever.
They got some bangers, yeah. And I don't love what Disney's doing either with the 3-week, like 3 episode a week thing that they've been kind of trying recently. I think it's better than what Netflix does, truthfully, but still don't love it.
I think Disney's in that spot though, where it's like they got so much. Like I don't think it's about just putting it out. I think it's just like we need to get this stuff out or we will not have time, or like they want that space in between the projects.
Oh, I truly believe that's what happened with Ironheart and Marvel Zombies.
Yes. I think they realized, oh shit, it's going to run into Fantastic Four. Let's get it out before, and whatever. And, because like Wonder Man's going to be dropping all at once next year, and I was like, wait, why would they do that? They're doing a binge drop, and I realized like why did they do that? It's because they want have space for Daredevil Born Again, which is their like.
Which I mean, Born Again's gonna Season 2 should be significantly better than Season 1 for a lot of reasons. So but yeah, it's like I fully believe that Marvel Zombies would have had so much more hype if that had not come out like all at once.
Yeah,
that show was so good for like compared to what I thought it would be.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think Marvel Zombies I can kind of excuse. Just because they said it was supposed to be a movie.
No, exactly. Like, I do get that. Like it feels like a movie. When you're watching it, it's better I will say that'd be better bingeable thing if it feels like a
movie. Let's see what this comment is. Only short season should be all at once. Like if something online has 4 episodes. 4 episode I'm okay with like 4 episode drops. Like I think Eyes of Wakanda that came out this year was like one of the rare cases where I was like, this kind of works better as a drop because
I think Eyes of Wakanda was good. I just I don't see myself watching week to week as much if I just enjoy binging.
I think anthologies are sometimes it depends on them though. I guess I guess
like what if what they did their whole for Season 2 and 3 their whole Christmas drop thing where they had an episode a day, which kind of worked, but. They need a better episode.
I think I only enjoyed that though because it was Christmas and it was almost like this advent calendar of Marvel almost where it's like, oh, every day I get to unlock a new like present.
The problem was they weren't quality. They weren't that great.
Season 3 especially, I was not a fan.
Season 3 has one good episode for me, and it's the Bucky Red Soldier like buddy cop episode. Okay. That is by far my favorite episode of that season.
Yeah, Season 3 is a little rough.
No, they're not even what ifs anymore.
But yeah, I mean, with that being said, and of course, if anyone else has comments, we'll go back there and answer anything people want to talk about. But let's just jump right into it because we have a finale, we have a premiere. I want to spend time on these episodes just a little bit to have that conversation. Gen V season 2, the season 2 finale of Gen V. Now, I've had a blast talking about this season. I've enjoyed this a lot. Now, we have not talked about the season previously or this universe, I don't think, at all. So tell me your feelings on the season, your feelings on like the show as a whole, and just like this universe. Like what's your general thoughts on this universe and what's leading up to the season, I guess?
Well, I'll talk about Gen V first. Gen V season 2 specifically, I do think had a few kind of minor crushes because of the tragic death of what was his name? Chance.
Chance, yeah.
Yeah. So I do think that they had to rewrite this even so badly last minute, and that negatively impacted this even in a little bit of a way where they probably would have had a better story previously. But because of those implications, they obviously had to work with what they had.
Yeah.
And I like the angle of what they did with his character throughout the season because his death actually meant something throughout the season. I really did enjoy that. Now, saying that, what I do think about the boys' universe, I love the boys' universe. It's great. It's like I'll keep getting every single season of this universe. I mean, we're down to what, like 7 seasons if you include the boys' diabolical?
Yes, 7 seasons, which is crazy to think about. Yeah.
I've been watching this in day one. Like I was the boys season 1 guy back in 2019, and I love that show. My least favorite season of this universe is probably season 2 of the boys.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, okay. I don't know why. That's even particularly. I don't think I liked Homelander's Nazi girlfriend.
Stormfront, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was her name, yeah. And
so you might not like the prequel then, because she's one of the main stars of that show.
But I love Soldier Boy, so that's the problem. I love Soldier Boy. So I'm really conflicted. Like I'm excited for it, but I love Soldier Boy. Like I was at the panel at Comic-Con when they announced that show, and my mood went from here to here in a minute. Like shit, it was like I was excited for Soldier Boy, and I still am. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm hoping it'll be good. A prequel in the boys' universe fully works.
That's exciting, yeah.
So I'm really hoping for that. And the boys recently, like I know a lot of people didn't love season 4. I liked season 4. Season 4 was good. I just think it was a full setup season.
Yeah.
And when it comes to setup stuff, like for example, Harry Potter 7, they're usually going to be one of the worst in that particular franchise because they are all set up for something that hopefully will be significantly better. And that's what I think the boys season 4 was. It was all set up for the boys season 5, and that's kind of what I think Gen V season 2 was. It felt like a lot of setup for the boys season 5.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just it can similar. I had a similar. I won't talk about that much, but I had a similar reaction with Peacemaker's finale with setup and all that. And I don't. Well, I do think setup is good. Sometimes I think it plays a bit too much, and I think Gen V and the boys have recently had this problem.
Yeah, this has been a conversation. Yeah, like this is a conversations I've had with a couple of my friends this year. Where is it like, because Gen V season 1, I think the strengths of that were it does kind of feel isolated. Like it kind of feels like outside of some cameos and some lines, and like the cameo from Soldier Boy won't make much sense if you have only seen this show. But for the most part, I think you can enjoy this season or enjoy season 1 without it, and you can watch it on its own. And I think it was such a breath of fresh air because of how far the boys had gone. It was so nice, kind of pun intended, I guess, shrinking down into kind of this isolated storyline with these characters, where this season, and while I do like this season a lot, it is definitely set up for the boys season 5. It is definitely used as, and I don't think this is all bad, but it's definitely used that we need things done before that final season, and we need a season that bridges the gaps between the cast. Like, there's a cameo, I'm pretty sure, almost every episode this season from the boys show. Like, there is a character showing up.
Probably, not thinking about it,
because I think the whole 7 at this point have appeared either in season 1 or season 2. Like, you had Homelander season 1, you had Starlight, you have the Deep, you have Atrine, Firecracker, like they've all appeared at this point. Butcher was in
not,
season 1. Like, yeah. So it is interesting. Here's why I think it works slightly better than Peacemaker for me personally, though. Is I personally think, and I still understand the criticisms, especially if you are just a fan of this show and not, the other one. But I do think it works better here than like The Mandalorian and Boba Fett and like Peacemaker, because like it is a more isolated universe, I guess. Like Star Wars is so large, it's such a spanning thing, and it is on like the like movie side of things. It's it's on a much bigger scale, where like The Boys is it's just kind of these things. It's just these kind of 2 shows for now.
It'll get bigger.
It's definitely, yes, it is definitely getting bigger, but I do feel like I would be curious to ask people, how many exclusive Gen V watchers are there? Like people that only watch Gen V and not The Boys. I'd be very curious to survey people about. Versus, I just found it on my Amazon kind of stuff.
No. Like I'm a big Gen V season 1 defender. I love that season. Like that season is my favorite season in the Boys universe. I just don't think have above it are Boys season 1 and 3. That's it.
Yeah.
I like it more than both season 2 and 3, 2 and 4 of the Boys. Like I love Gen V season 1. Gen V season 2, the reason I did like it. I enjoyed the season.
Yeah.
Have I said? Have you said season 1 just felt so much more isolated? And I think an isolated season is always going to be, for the most part, a better season.
Sure. Yeah. No, I definitely I don't disagree at all. Like I like the season a lot. I enjoyed it still. I think the positives outweigh the negatives for me personally.
No, me too.
But it is definitely, I think, I'll say this, I think it's the messiest season in The Boys so far for me.
I thought about this. Like it doesn't work for a lot of reasons, but the positives are so big.
Yes. Yeah, no, like I think like, and like that's the thing that makes it tough, I think, reviewing this particular piece of media, because there are things that hold it back, but I do think a lot of those issues were a little bit out of their control. Like I said before the season started, I said, if my only criticism is that the pacing feels weird or off, I will give them that pass because they lost one of their major cast members and they had to work around that. And like, I was kind of like, and I do think that's a big thing. Like, I think like you said in the first minutes, like, I think they had to scramble, rewrite the season almost completely, switch things around, switch the way the episodes came out.
No, literally. Because I heard that he was about 2 weeks away from shooting.
Yes.
When he passed away.
Yeah.
So they were fully done with the season.
I think he was on his way to set. I could be wrong about that. I think he was on his way to shoot. Yeah. Like, and that is devastating. I think I can't imagine just like as a producer or like the people that like are making the call sheets, like there must be such a, not to go down this is a dark path, I'm sorry, but like
no, you're good.
Just like that grief, I bet, is very palpable of just like,
I would imagine
scheduled him for this day, and like there's so much of these like what ifs that I imagine go through that cast's mind.
No, I would imagine.
And I will say, I think that is the season's strength. Is it is a love letter to that actor.
Yeah, it really is. What they did with his dad was so good this season.
Yeah,
like what they did with his character, like they didn't have to show him dying, but they just said it so powerfully. Like they really, it wasn't even like a big explosive death. It was something simple, something that could just happen.
Yeah,
and that was easily its biggest strength for me. So its biggest weakness, but also its biggest strength.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, it is like the season started out and I was like, wait, they did it, they're doing it all off screen and blah blah blah. Yeah. But I think as the more they kind of went along, it's like, oh, I see what they're doing is that they are circling the entire plot kind of around him. And I do think the first half of the season was them in Elmira. I do think that they were locked up in there for the first set of the season, and they realized we can't do that. And I think that just kind of go into it because it's like, okay, so they have to start in prison and then they get out, but then they have to be sent back in to then escape again, but then almost go back again. Like that back and forth.
Yeah, and I get what you mean. Because you can also like tell with the way The Boys season 4 ended and the way Gen V season 1 ended, kind of teased that you would see the whole prison thing, and you would see them break out and all that. Instead, they did a time jump, which I think was the best move. Because I know The Boys season 5 is meant to be about 6 months after this.
Yes. Yeah.
Which, that's a good thing. Like I do enjoy small time jumps like that.
Yeah. I'll be curious to see the current status of the world and how much of a how much of a hellscape are we dealing with here. And maybe that's for the best, because I do think in like the political world, and I know people are like, well, don't make it political, but it's like at this point you have to.
The Boys have always been political.
It is.
It's been political since season 1. It's always been political.
It 100% has.
Like, it's much more political. Like, originally it was much more of a parody of DC, I guess.
Yes.
It's become more political than that.
It's about the world and politics, and like, I just think a certain group of people are just now realizing it is the thing. I think it's that like Euphoria meme where it's like, is this meme about or is this play about us? Is this us?
No, literally.
Sorry.
No, literally. No, yeah. No, it's always been political though. The people who say it's not political just aren't watching it. It's always been political.
Yeah, they just are now offended by it. Yeah.
Sorry, what I was going to say, another one of my biggest strengths about Gen V season 2, and I just remembered, was we really get to see Homelander's world. Like, kind of a buffer in between seasons. And I really enjoy that. Because I don't think The Boys season 5 would have explored it too much since it's the final season.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would have explored the first few episodes, but really quickly would have been, I think it's going to turn into just what the story of the season is.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have been able to explore his world without a buffer show, and that's what I did like about Gen V season 2 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think not including Homelander at all in this season was the best thing.
Yeah, I agree.
The show could have done, because I love Homelander. I think it's one of the greatest films of all time. I think Anthony Starr is incredible. But like, it's this double-edged sword, because he's the star of the show. He's my favorite character to watch on screen. But also it's been a lot. It's been 4 seasons of it, and Gen V season 2 even focused a lot on just his presence, even though he wasn't there for most of it. His presence was still felt there, and it was such a breath of fresh air to have like a villain that really, yes, he's still around, yes, his presence is still felt, but it's something new, it's something fresh. I think
the world doesn't see him as a villain. At least half the world doesn't. And I think that always played well with Homelander. Like, the second he realizes that he can do shit and people are going to agree with him, he starts going a bit nuts. Yeah.
No, I think Cypher was the best thing this season could have done. I think Cypher was that, like, that's just nail in the coffin, where, like, if he wasn't in the season, I do wonder how it'd feel. Like, if it was just kind of these kids just kind of doing their shit. Like, I love the kids. They're awesome. I love these characters. But he is that, like, he's pushed. He like, this is a villain that's able to push these characters in such a strong way, push them to their limits. And I think he's such a good device for our characters to grow. And
like, he's probably become one of my quickest growing characters since Soldier Boy when it comes to popularity of the show that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Like, when I think of this season, I think a good villain will define your season of TV.
Oh,
like, definitely. When I think of any good season of comic book television, I think of the villain that prospers. I think of, like, Arrow season 5, where it's like, well, that's Prometheus. Or Flash season 1 is like, well, that's Thawne, you know?
Like, there are some seasons where the villain, if, like, the season could be asked, but if it's a good villain, the whole season's not necessarily terrible. A villain could save your season.
100%, and I think that's something that sometimes a lot of these shows like Black Lightning and The Boys and even Daredevil in some ways, where it's like, wait, which season was that? Because it's like, okay, you kind of have the main villain for every
Exactly.
For all of them. So it's like, wait, which season of The Boys was this? Because they do kind of start to blend a little bit together. Where I'm like, wait, was that season 2, or was that season 1, or was that season 3? Where this is like, well, this is clearly season 2 because this was
the way I think of it for The Boys, I'm like, okay, season with Soldier Boy, season 3, season with what's her name? Starfront? Is that her name?
Starfront. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a season with her. Like I would think of a character that's only in that season, except when season 5 of The Boys comes out, that Soldier Boy thing is going to kind of be obsolete. But
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, how do you feel that they killed him? Because I was not expecting. I was theorizing over these last couple weeks. I was like, okay, this could be our next Homelander, right? Like this is a character that could have gone massive places. And I think once it happens, I was like, okay, this makes sense. I was a little disappointed because I was just like, I love him so much.
So good.
But I get it. Yeah.
No, yeah. Especially since the actor who played him, Hamish Juinkle, something like that. The actor who played him, like, I had just been acquainted with him last year with Batman Cape Crusader.
Yes,
because he was Batman in that show. And then I saw he was also being added to Gen V. I was like, oh, great, a new actor for me to get to know and all that. And I would have loved to see him more than this season. I think he would have been. I think he would have been a stronger character on The Boys. Genuinely, I think he could have been a really strong character on The Boys.
Yeah, I was so fascinated where they were, because I was kind of pitching this power struggle after Homelander's gone sort of situation. I was like, okay, we have Sister Sage, and we'll talk about her in a bit because I have thoughts on her. And then we have Cypher, and we have Stan Edgar, and we have Soldier Boy, and a lot of these, even Starlight, and a lot of these characters that could fill in that gap once Homelander is gone, for better or for worse, depending on the direction and where The Boys ends. I was like, that's gonna be fascinating. I think especially with how powerful, I think Jonathan just brought it up. I feel like he was defeated too easily. I kind of agree. I think there is a poeticness to it that he helped her get stronger.
But the way you defeated him, and I think a lot of comic book shows have that problem, truthfully, where they don't know how to defeat their villain, and it feels like they're defeated way too easily.
Yeah,
some comic book shows can do it really well. I think early Flash did it well. But then there's some comic book shows that you can tell they really don't know how to defeat their villain. I'm trying to think of a good example. I guess later Reverse Flash, but
the Thinker in later Flash as well, where it's he is very overpowered, and
he's too quick to be able to lose any of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna answer this one as well because I also think this is a good point. I feel like this season could have used a couple more episodes to flesh out some of its characters, especially Sam, Annabeth. Yeah, I could have seen another
2 episodes for me.
I could have seen at least because I think especially with this final, because I do also like the actor that he transformed into, SpongeBob from Broadway.
I forget his name, but
from Wicked as well. Yeah, as much as that actor gets memed, he is a very good actor, and I also really enjoyed his performance as that character, to the point of kind of what we said. I would have kind of liked, honestly, that be episode 7 maybe be the finale of this season, and then season 3 is the other actor as a character, and it's a 2-season arc with him, because you don't really feel the presence as much, because we get him, he's back and he's revived and he's powerful. It's he's gone pretty instantly, and I think you could have had a whole season of him trimming the herd. And
definitely. I'm wondering if we're gonna see a post Homelander world, or because we don't know when The Boys Mexico is gonna take place, but The Boys Mexico also might be a prequel. We genuinely don't know.
Yeah, there's a statement. I think it is in present day. I'll try and find the official statement.
I would imagine, because the way they talk about it, they usually would say prequel. So I would imagine it's present day, but even then, it's going to be in a different country. It's not going to be, we're not going to see really a post Homelander America.
Yes, sure. I want to see if I can find the post, because I did think it was interesting. But he was talking about The Boys Mexico kind of follows what this world is looking like post what happens in the season.
Oh, really?
And like, I do think that's interesting, and like it's kind of been hard to talk about the future of okay, wait, this might be the comment here. Hold on. Eric Kripke said, I think it's hilarious as going through the bumpy rapids of development. It would take place at some point after The Boys season 5. Okay, I guess it's not.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I do remember that quote. You're right. I do remember reading that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good then, because I really do want to see a post. Like, as much as I love The Boys, I do think they're ending it at the best place they could.
Agreed.
So, and a show really have to learn to do that, where they really have to learn to end it, like, when they have the best opportunity. Like, realistically, a show should end at their peak, which is a bad thing to say, but really they should. Yeah. And, like, if Game of Thrones had listened, they probably would have done better. But anyways, it's... The Boys Season 5 is going to be such an interesting season because they're hyping it up so much. Yeah. So I'm really hoping it lives up to that hype.
Yeah. I agree. I think it needs to end now. Like, I've had my ups and downs with the show for sure. Like, especially in the last couple. I think 4 for me didn't work as much as I wanted it to personally.
4 was the messiest season before Gen Season 2 for me. Yeah. I think 4 was a very messy season for me.
It had its ups and downs, and I think they need to land it for me. I think they really need to just cement it, because I do think it's been one of the more consistent TV shows of the last several years. Like, again, people meme on season 4. I have my problems with it, but it really is going to depend how they land the cards and how its reputation is built.
Like, yeah, there's very few other shows I can say that really had a great run in the 2020. It's like the only other one I can genuinely think of off the top of my head is Superman Alliance.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, it's a finale that's like good.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help there's so many that just don't get to finish, right? There's so many shows where it's like, oh, we're canceling you after 2 seasons or, whatever. Exactly. And yeah.
Exactly. A lot of shows, specifically with Netflix recently, a lot of shows don't really get to finish.
They don't get it's like, very frustrating.
I'm a huge advocate, or give me Legends of Tomorrow season 8, but like...
yeah. No, I think shows are getting better. Not to go on like a side tangent, but like it feels like shows are trying to get back to that a little bit. Like you have shows like Invincible and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that are like, oh yeah, we're trying to put out a season every year going forward.
Is like the most confident I've ever been that a show is going to get 7 seasons. Like, genuinely, I am so confident that show is going to get 7 seasons.
Oh, I mean, Amazon loves it. That's their...
No, Amazon is so trustable with picking up their seasons. That's what I respect about Prime right now.
Prime is doing good. Yeah.
CW really wasn't trustable. Freaking HBO is very 50-50.
CW was for a long time.
They were for a while.
Like, CW was that one network that was like, oh, we'll pick up our shows because the ratings didn't matter up until a point. Because it's like, oh, yeah, but our shows go to Netflix, and that's where people actually watch the season. So they'd pick up all their shows, and then they bring in a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
I also don't like when people say like something looks like the CW, because that wasn't really a term until like 2022. Yeah. Like prior to 2022, CW was seen as like a decent place for superhero media and all that. Mm-hmm. You get the Flash Season 7 and stuff, and then but
I mean, when people say like, oh, this looks like a like CW suit, it's like you're thinking of Smallville. Like, you clearly have not seen the suits of the last, like, Crisis onward, where they were doing these very expensive, very well-looking suits.
Well, genuinely, I don't know if James Gunn will be able to make a Flash suit better than Grant Gustin's final suit. In terms of comic accuracy, at least. Like, that suit was so comic accurate, it was unbelievable.
CW has some I mean, they've had bad ones, too, for sure. Like, it's not all forgivable. But, like...
It's not great.
Yeah, no. Don't get me started on Diggle season 4, Spartan. Like,
did you see the Green Lantern prototype they were going to make for him?
Yeah,
it looked not great.
No. But yeah, I'm trying to I'm kind of looking at these characters and kind of where they landed, and it's hard to single them out, I guess. because they do kind of like it is kind of broad, like thick strokes, I guess, with the characters this week. Like it was definitely very like plot heavy first, and then kind of like, you know, then they try and focus in. Like I was like, all right, what does Sam do this week? And I was like, well, nothing really. And it's like, all right, what did Emma do this week? It's like, well, I guess nothing really. You know, so it's
I feel like they just didn't know how to write Sam's character really.
I wasn't a fan of Sam this season.
He didn't do anything this season. He just was there.
I liked his farm stuff. Like there's that one episode where he like goes back to the farm with the family, and there's that fantastic scene with like him and his mom on the swing. Brilliant. I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong about his arc this season, and then they instantly forget. Quite literally all of it. Like, it instantly goes.
Literally, like, other than Homelander, Sam might genuinely be the most broken character on The Boys universe.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're not leaning into that enough.
Yeah.
But he's such a psychologically damaged character. The only other character we've seen like that is Homelander.
It's fascinating. Like, I do love the kind of bits where we like, because I think the first half was really doing him and Emma both pretty good. Like I like this idea that like, okay, you ended last season with Emma fucking with his mind, and it's like slowly unraveling, and he's slowly seeing the consequences of his actions. And then you do the farm, and I also loved Emma as this kind of like independent resistance fighter storyline on her own. And then the back half kind of like just kind of drops all of it, where it's like, oh, she's in a love interest with two guys, and that's the story for her, and now it's Sam is just fighting over her again. It's like,
no, exactly.
Those are the elements I didn't love so much of season one, that they're just kind of like, oh, we must bring it back full circle. Yeah.
But it's hard to blame this season because of what happened behind the scenes. So it's like, it's very hard to place this season. I have a pretty similar, it's a different scenario, but I have a very similar problem with Daredevil Born Again season one.
I was just thinking that too, because that is another one where I don't like that season a lot, but I don't blame them for it. Like,
no, exactly, I get it. I'm very mixed about that, Steven. Like, there's some, like, for instance, the most hated episode of that, Steven, I love. Like, I love the Bank Heist episode. How many people do not?
No, same. Like, it's weird. It's a weird feeling I have, because I don't hate any episode. I think all the episodes on their own actually work pretty well. Yeah. It's as a season narrative.
I get you. Yeah, because, like, for instance, I think I enjoy it more than Daredevil Season 2, but it's not better than Daredevil Season 2. But I do think I enjoy it more. Because, for instance, that Bank Heist episode, the reason I really like that Bank Heist episode is because it feels like a bottle episode in a way, something you would get with a 22-episode season. Yeah. And I think that's why people didn't like it for this season, because there wasn't enough time. But after its own episode, I love that episode.
Yeah. No, it's individually that, and like, I actually think that's a good comparison, because that's kind of how I think this season operates as well. It's like there are messes when you're looking episode to episode, but isolated, it all works.
Every episode works
on their own. Yeah.
Like, for instance, Daredevil has the whole, the one plot with White Tiger that kind of gets thrown away after that happens.
Yeah.
And then Gen V have kind of Sam's whole plot, which also gets thrown away once that finishes.
Yeah, that gets blown away. I'm trying to look through here. I like Marie this episode as well. Like, I think Marie's. I think that works. It's definitely, I think, set up for future storylines. Like, it's.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Like, yes, she's the most powerful. Yes, she's very OP, but she's still very broken, and she doesn't quite know how to use these abilities. And I do like the full circle moment of her being the one to kill.
I like that
Cypher. Like, I think that scene, even though I think it's a bit rushed, like I like that scene a lot. I think that really works.
Yeah, I've always liked Marie. She's always been one of my favorite characters, but I do think I liked her more in season 1.
Okay.
But not to say she was bad in season 2. I just think she had a lot more story to tell in season 1.
Yeah, she has my favorite moment this season, where she's with her aunt, and she's fully unloading her trauma, and it's just like, I was just a girl who had a period, that's fucking it. Like, people keep putting this shit on me, but I did nothing wrong. Like, I like that she finally gets to confront that.
That was absolutely incredible. That was early in the season, like episode 3 or something.
It was 3. Yeah, it was episode 3.
Yeah.
And then, like, okay, here's what I'll say. I really liked the scene last week where she, like, is trying to get Kate to control her friend, and it's this big moment. I will say that's my one issue about this episode, is they don't really address those actions. Like, that is a big deal. Like, she is doing the same thing that they berated Kate for doing for this entire season, and people have issues with Kate this week, but it's not because, like, they don't even mention that moment. Like, there's the thing with Jordan, and they kind of officially, like, break up, I guess, this episode. And it's like, yeah, but, like, you keep leaving, like, it's because you keep leaving me and I can't trust you. It's like, are you sure it's not because you tried to choke them out and, like, you know, control them against their will? Like, that I kind of wish there was more of a shine to light on, is like,
no, I get you.
Maybe also, there's a little bit of darkness in there anyway. Like, it's meant for good, right? But, like, Vought also says that same thing, where it's like, yes, we're doing this, but it's for the greater good, kind of thing. So, like, I wish they shined on that just a little bit more.
A little hypocritical, in a way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, like, I didn't actually see this until talking about this right now, but I have a lot of same problems with this season of Genevieve that I had with Peacemaker.
Yeah?
Yeah, there are a lot of, specifically also with the finale, where you said, like, it should have ended with episode 7. I think the same thing with Peacemaker. Right? I think Peacemaker would be a much better finale for episode 7. And I'm realizing that I have so many similar complaints. Like, I love both Stevens, but I think both Stevens are so structured so poorly. And both have I don't know which one I like better. I would have to think about that. But it's a very interesting thing, though, that both came out around the same time, and I have very similar opinions of both.
Yeah, both are very, like, Nazi forward as well. Like, they have a lot of the same, like,
literally,
like, a lot of the same ideas.
And both of them had their one problem. You know, Genevieve season 2 had to get entirely rewritten, and Peacemaker, let's be real, James Gunn was overworked.
Yeah.
He was running DC. He had Superman and Creature Commandos, which he was also working on. Peacemaker season 2 kind of was the tail end of that, and where he just didn't have enough time to work on it, which he should have.
Agreed. I want to talk about. Oh, I cannot find the actor's name here. Doug. Doug is a character that we officially met this week. The, like, real Cypher, if you will. I fell in love with this character instantly. I thought he was so charming and likable.
Oh, he's awesome.
And he killed him instantly, which I'm not mad about. I'm totally fine that you did that, right? But I was like, no! like, they did such a good job. And actually, I think that's the strength of the show. They make you care about these characters very quickly. Like, I think they have very likable, endearing characters that,
they really do.
An episode ago, I hated this character. It's like, this motherfucker, right? And now I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's awesome. This guy's great.
Oh, literally. And the boys have always had that strength. Like, episode 1 genuinely made me fall in love with Huey and Butcher. Like, I fell in love with them by the end of episode 1.
Even Robin, right? Like Robin was such a likable character in the, like, 5 seconds. Yeah, like, the littlest screen time we possibly could have for a character. And yeah, I think that's strength.
And I think that's where the boys, like, premiere really stuck. Like, that's kind of why I stuck with the show, because the character was so likable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and a show really needs a good pilot for that. And I think the boys and Genevieve both did that great.
They both have 100%. Yeah.
There's some pilots that don't do it. Like, for example, Invincible didn't hook me till the last 5 seconds. Like, genuinely. And then that 5 seconds kept me for the rest of the show. So.
And that's, I think, the bit, like, that is, I think, the experience that most people have, where it's just like, oh, it's a fine superhero show. It's a basic whatever. Okay, maybe I'll watch more. And it's like, oh fuck, it's not. All right, that's interesting.
Literally, and literally, the boys they did this thing Invincible did at the end, but within the first 2 minutes.
Yes.
Where you think it's going to be a normal show, and then just Robin dies. Like.
For sure. The Polarity stuff this week, I think, was a highlight. He's been
for sure.
I think he's been one of my MVPs. I think him and Cypher have been my 2, which I hate saying that, like, the 2 adults have been my MVPs, and this is nothing against the children, because I love them as well, but, like, they have just been so good. In fairness, I've said all season that I think they kind of gave chances plot lines to polarity this season.
They
I think they
did.
literally flopped them. I think like
probably, but I think it really helped because I didn't like polarity much in season 1. Like he was alright, but
I mean he's an unlikable character. Yeah, like he's a douchebag.
He went through such a redemption arc.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god, he's great. Like genuinely, he becoming one of my favorite characters from this universe really quickly.
Yeah, like I really do think that he would have originally died this season.
Probably,
and you would have had the thing where like Marie heals Andre instead, and like that's the scene. Like it's that thing, and now they literally have to be like, well, let's move pieces around, let's do this. And I love the bits he had with Sister Sage this week. There's that fantastic line where it's like, that was a mistake. You are at your most powerful when you have nothing to lose. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like that dynamic a lot. I think that's really fun. And I think his arc has to be he lives. Like I think that's where we end it.
Because he needs to, his arc kind of completes Chance's arc. So you kind of can't have him die with that. You
cannot kill. Like, I think the arc has to be like, he doesn't necessarily want to live. He has to live and own up to his mistakes and make a better future.
And everything he does is for Chance.
Yes.
And that's where I think his arc has to end. Like, if Gen V gets to season 3, which, honestly, until this finale, I would have been pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see them easily going both ways with that.
Yeah. They said they had plans for a season 3.
Which I'm like, good.
I think... I see no reason why they wouldn't. Like, he keeps mentioning like views and views and views, but it's been number 1 every week since it's come out. And Amazon isn't really like, Amazon's fine. Amazon, I think, is one of those. They'll just be like, sure, whatever, have it.
Also, I don't know if this is a hot take, but Amazon, I genuinely think, is the king of superhero television right now.
Agree.
Like The Boys, Invincible, and then I personally loved it. A lot of people didn't, but Batman Cape Crusader.
Me too. And that's been my big defense of the upcoming Spider-Man Noir series that comes out next year.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, but it's Sony. I was like, yes, but it's also Amazon, who have a fantastic track record as superheroes.
Exactly. Also, when people don't trust Sony, I feel they always forget that Sony made Spider-Verse. Like, they just choose to ignore that.
Sony's a weird studio.
It depends on who they hire. They just hired really, really, really weird people to make the villain movies.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people aren't giving Clayface a chance because of that. I'm like, that's a whole different studio. Also, Mike Flanagan, just saying.
Yeah. And then you have Joker, which also has a mixed reception depending on who you ask. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, like Joker 1, I genuinely think is such a good movie, but it's such a bad DC movie for me. Because it doesn't feel like a DC movie. But it's such a good movie. It works as a movie. And I'm one of those weird kind of Joker 2 defenders.
Okay.
Because I like a lot of that movie. I hate a lot of that movie, but I like a lot of that movie to a point where it balances out for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there's parts I hate, there's parts I love. So it's like, I think the opening of Joker 2 is so creative.
Sure.
With the Looney Tunes and all that, so.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I think I just kind of, I was like,
some people
okay. Yeah, I was like, it's okay.
I was disappointed. Like, that was my most anticipated movie of 2024. So I was disappointed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I didn't like it. Like, for instance, I was disappointed about Captain America Brave New World this year, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. It just disappointed me.
I'm looking through. I mean, we kind of already mentioned it, but I guess we kind of only talked about it from Marie's POV. Like, what was your thought on Jordan and Marie's conversation about, like, I cannot trust someone in a relationship formula? Like we could be friends. I could trust a friend, but I cannot trust you in a relationship, kind of thing.
It's a problem I have with a lot of superhero shows where you have to, when you date someone in those type of universe, you really have to understand that they're gonna disappear, that they're gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Unless you genuinely don't know their identity, then hey, fair enough. But especially coming from a different person with power, I really do think Jordan should have understood.
Yeah, again, I think it's just the wrong argument. Again, I think it should be, you tried to choke me out yesterday, Marie. Like, I understand why you did it, but also I can't trust you. Because Jordan's whole thing is identity and control, and I think especially what Cypher did to her this season, or did to them this season, it's well, now someone I trusted did that to me, and I can't trust you. I think that should have been the direction that they leaned into a little bit more.
No, literally, they really should have leaned into a lot more of that, because I've always thought the dumbest argument in a superhero show you can have is them really not trusting you because you're a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dumb argument because you kind of sign up for it. Unless you dated them before, you kind of sign up for it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're another superhero, it's I feel like Jordan should have understood that.
That is true. I also defend these kind of stories a bit more though, because I also understand these are teenagers with very
that I get.
Tough emotions. I defend the Amber scene from Invincible a lot. People bash her so much. I was sure, I understand it's a frustrating scene, but also I think she's a little valid in feeling that way. And people,
I understand. I understand why she feels that way, but also the reason I do defend that scene is, didn't she start dating him before she found that he was a superhero?
Yeah, 100%.
So that she didn't sign up for it. That's why I do defend that, because she didn't sign up for it. She found out about it while she was dating him. If you sign up for it, it's hard for me to defend that, because as I said, they signed up for it. They knew what they were getting into.
Sure. Yeah, and then it also just comes down to how are you having that conversation once it's an issue? Exactly. Are you coming out of it being well, fuck you? Or is it I'm struggling with this. Can we talk about this? This isn't as easy as I thought it would be, kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. No, for sure. And it happens a lot in superhero shows. It's a very common trope that's kind of tiring, I'll be honest, but it is needed for a lot of shows. I do get it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of another example off the top of my head other than Invincible, but I do know other shows do it.
Yeah. Kate gets her powers back this week. That was cool. It felt earned. I like the way they did her. I actually think she was also very strong this season. I liked her redemption. I was kind of worried at the start of the season of how they were going to handle it.
For sure.
I think they handled it very well. It didn't feel forced the way she got brought back, how everyone kind of got brought back together as a team. Sam felt a little weird sometimes, but I think Kate felt very natural and very...
I think Kate had one of the more solid arcs this season.
Yeah.
I really wish they just had Sam had to do something more, but...
Yeah.
Because I don't trust that. I don't think you're going to be in The Boys that much.
I am wondering how are they going to navigate that, because and that's actually a good transition to the ending is the ending is definitely them bridging the gaps and kind of being it felt like when the MCU has a little tag at the end of the season where it's Gen V will return, and it says in The Boys season 5. It didn't do that, but it kind of felt like that's what they were doing.
If the Boys season, for instance, if they do have plans for Gen V season 3, is The Boys season 5 going to be required viewing?
True.
Because that's never a good thing. That's, in my opinion, that's never a good thing, especially with TV.
I agree. And then vice versa, will you have to watch Gen V to understand The Boys season 5 when
exactly I know I had a friend who was hesitant to watch Gen V, and he was wondering if he had to watch for The Boys season 4, and I told him, nah, not really. And I'm I wonder if I would have that same conversation with The Boys season 5. Could I tell him the same thing or no?
Yeah, and it is definitely, it's a tough road to walk.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have these, because season 4 of The Boys, I think they handle those characters very well.
They're not in it much. They're
not in it much, and you can just kind of assume they're random soups. If you just see these characters, it's oh yeah, they just got these random superhero, these random kids. Yeah, you don't need to understand it. Where how are they going to introduce them in The Boys season 5? I think they can do it, and it makes sense.
No, exactly. I'm much more worried for how it's going to transition to Gen V season 3.
Yeah.
that I'm much more worried about. Like, for instance, I do think you could easily just put these characters in and just have them be part of the Resistance and not necessarily have Gen Vs be a requirement.
Yeah.
But they have to do it well, because I don't think homework is a good thing for these shows. Literally the reason Mandalorian Season 3 is viewed of it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's frustrating, and again, I think it works sort of better. I think it kind of works in that same vein of like, okay, if you're watching The Flash, then you're likely also watching Arrow and stuff like that, where I think it works better in those like smaller pockets.
Well, in all fairness, that's the best era of television right there. Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends, Day. That was great.
Like, those shows also had moments where it's like, if you're watching like Legends of Tomorrow or something, it's like, who is this fucking guy in the future who's missing an arm? Like, if you hadn't watched Arrow, you're not going to know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? So it's I think sometimes in these cases it can work, but I do think now homework is just such a hot topic for people. And now the
MCU's really had that problem recently. It's like, what I love about Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, even though Thunderbolts, you have all these characters come together, you don't need to watch a single one of those projects to get Thunderbolts. And that's what I really like about it. And Fantastic Four, it was literally its own thing. That's what I like. But Captain America: Brave New World, I don't genuinely, you would have so much of a better experience if you knew about the Incredible Hulk and all that.
Sure. And also just like, who is Sam? Who was Steve? Who's Bucky?
I've said this for a while. I think Falcon, literally, I've said this for a while. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier should have just been Captain America 4.
I agree. I fully agree.
And then Brave New World should have just been 5. Like, that's just what it should have been. Because people watch movies more than shows. That's always what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The normal audience is always going to watch a movie more than the show.
Couldn't agree more. Anything from Gen V Season 3, Gen V Season 2, or like this final episode that we haven't mentioned yet that you would like to bring up?
I'm trying to think. The season just overall was a very mixed bag for me.
Fair.
Because I really did enjoy it, like, a lot. But it's one of those things where it's like, I was a bit underwhelmed by it.
Okay. Fair.
I'm trying to think if there's a specific thing, but I can't think of one.
Yeah, I think we mentioned most of it. I mean, you have the ambush shit that people keep mentioning. I think it's I think it was a clever way to do it, because I didn't love the butt thing for a lot of the season. Because like, up until this point, I was like, okay, you're diving into like the boys' territory in terms of like, I don't know, the like gory experience, I guess, where like I feel like season 1 still had stuff like that, but I felt like it was kind of more reserved.
Gen V has always been a lot more reserved than the boys. It still has some crazy stuff, specifically with blood.
Yeah.
Like, Marie's power is literally blood. Of course, it's gonna have blood, but the Gen V, like, if you don't want to watch The Voice because of some of the gross stuff or some of the sexual related content, Gen V is a much better show for you than that.
Yeah, but then I'd argue this season it's like, you're having people crawling out of butts, and you're having diaper babies, and it's like, okay, it's definitely leaning more in that territory, and I'm glad it did come full circle. It's not like, oh, we're doing it for the sake of doing it. Like, every it feels like every weird thing that early on in the season I was like, I'm not a huge fan of that, it comes full circle. It's like, they were doing it for a reason. Like, I had that issue last week with the whole like diaper baby plot line, where I'm like, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? And then the end of the episode is like, I understand why they were doing this character, because you needed someone to kill off at the end and show his powers. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I just thought about this. Should we talk about A-Train, like his little appearance?
Sure. Yeah. Like it's set up at the end there. Same with Starlight, which I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone say it kind of felt like when you finish a video game and they come to like congratulate you on beating the boss, and it's like, yeah, Yeah, kind of. Like, Starlight is at the front of the season telling you your mission, and then they return at the end to be like, good job. Come join us in the Hall of Heroes. It's like, yeah, that's fair.
The reason I like seeing A-Train in this final episode, though, is because, we didn't see him in the final episode of The Boys Season 4. He just kind of dipped.
Yeah.
And I do like his arc is genuinely turning into one of my favorite arcs in that universe.
Yeah.
Because I think him and Huey are going to have such a big redemption arc together in the final season.
Mm-hmm.
Where Huey's going to learn to forgive him fully. And I genuinely think that's what's going to happen.
I think he's such a dead man. Like, I love A-Train so much. He is... Like, I was saying A-Train was going to die for, like, 3... Like, even Season 3, I was like, oh, he's dead this season. He didn't die. Season 4, I was like, he's dead this season. He's not. And now I'm like, he literally... I love him. He's a great character. He has to die.
He's going to die sacrificing himself to Huey, bringing it full circle.
Yeah. No,
I was so positive he was going to die at the end of Season 4. Like, I was so positive.
I was like, he's dead. He is such a dead man. But I guess the idea is they want everyone on the board, and then I think Season 5 is like, I think it's a bloodbath. I think at least half the cast is gone.
I also think that if they're not going to wait for the final episode, I think freaking Mother Milk might just die in episode 4 or something. Like, they're not going to wait. They're just going to have it happen.
Half the characters they have, like, I think the Deep has to die, Homelander has to die, Butcher has to die, Adrian has to die. Like, I think we're left with only like a handful of the main cast members.
For sure. And also, I see a lot of full circle moments. Like, I fully see Starlight
killing the Deep. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I see Starlight killing the Deep. I see Butcher or Homelander, one of them killing each other. I'm gonna see a lot of full circle.
Yeah. Homelander's tough.
I even see Butcher's son killing Homelander. Truthfully.
I was gonna say, like, there are currently 3 people that I think have the right to kill Homelander, and that's like Butcher, Ryan, and now even like Marie. Which, like, Marie won't be the one, but narratively, it would make sense if she did. Yeah.
But I would also give Soldier Boy the right, truthfully, but I just it won't be him. But I do think you have the right to kill Homelander.
Yeah, I think Marie at least needs a conversation with Homelander. And that's the thing. They haven't announced it, and she's not in the trailer for The Boys Season 5, I'll tell you that. But I do hope that she's a main character for this season. Yes. But then that goes into, like, our argument where it's like, should she, it's like, if you're just watching The Boys, it's probably like, who the fuck is this? Like, who is, like, you almost have to reintroduce that character as if she's a new character this season.
Exactly. And you have to assume that they haven't watched her spinoff.
Yeah, like, they have to, which honestly though, like, could work because Annie's the only one that really knows any of those characters. So, like, they do have to reintroduce themselves to, like, Huey and Butcher and, Mother's Milk and, like, stuff like that. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, they could do kind of like the Arrowverse kind of got good at was, like, for instance, when Supergirl's sister was on a random episode, they just mentioned, oh, that's Alex, Supergirl's sister, or something like that.
Yeah.
Where, like, Starlight, you mentioned, I met the college student. They could do something like that, which would technically work.
Yeah.
But it would be rough.
It's still going to be, like, frustrating for, like, the casual audiences where it's like, I don't give a fuck about these. Like, it's the same thing you would hear with, like, with the Arrowverse stuff each year. The people who just watched the, like, Sinclair shows being like, I don't care about crossover season. I don't know who the fuck these characters are. I just want to watch Barry Allen and, Cisco.
Fair.
Yeah, fair. So it's like, I get it. Yeah.
No, that's fair though. It's like sometimes you just want to watch your one show. You don't want to have to do your homework. Like, for instance, The Defenders is another example of this, where The Defenders really helps if you watch all 4 of those shows.
Yeah, you cannot watch Daredevil Season 3 without watching Defenders.
You can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
And like the Avengers doesn't have this problem. The Avengers, while I do think it's a good movie, Avengers peak, but you don't need to watch really any movie other than before the Avengers to have a good time.
Yeah.
It helps your experience, but to have just a good time and understand everything, they introduce everyone perfectly in the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think I watched that without watching anything else.
I think I did too. Yeah. And similar thing with like Civil War and Ant-Man, you don't need to watch Ant-Man before that. They introduce him perfectly in that movie.
Yes.
So you can do something like that, but they got to do it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree. Alrighty. I think with that being said, I think we've covered most of what we can mention for this season.
I think so. Now waiting for The Boys season 5.
Next year. Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I think with the ending of season 4, I was kind of a little turned off from it a little bit because it felt like so real to reality a little bit to me. Fair. Like it paralleled life so closely. I was like, I was like, I don't know. But I think this helped. I think this helped get me back into like the headspace of like, okay, we're going to something. This is cool. Yeah. Oh, really quickly, we didn't mention her. I do want to mention her. Sister Sage, we somehow completely forgot about.
We mentioned her a little bit by name.
A little bit. What do you think about her? Because her and Cypher's dynamic is not what I thought it was.
No,
like
it wasn't either.
I thought their dynamic was very similar to the Homelander and Sister Sage dynamic, where it's like, I'm kind of pretending to be there, but really I'm after my own means, and she's still after her own means, but it did feel like a genuine partnership and maybe relationship that didn't necessarily have a lot of strings attached. Where yes, she needed him. She needed him, obviously, but she seems like she's genuinely cared and she's genuinely heartbroken with what she had to do.
Yeah. I've never been a huge Sister Sage fan. I liked her in The Boys season 4 enough. But in general, I just thought she was an unneeded character for The Boys.
Okay.
She was cool and all. It's like an interesting power, but I never fully liked her. I did like her dynamic with Gen V probably a little more in a Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, she's probably one of my current least favorite characters in that universe.
Interesting. Well, what I think is interesting about this episode, and I'll be curious to see if you feel differently next season, but I think this is the first episode we truly see her. Where like every time we see her, it's an act. It's what people want them to see. It's like what Homelander and what, was it Butcher and stuff like that in season 4, where it's like, this is just the version I want you to see in this moment. And it's this like, I'm 5 steps ahead of you. You don't even know what game I'm playing yet thing with her. Where this episode was like, oh, that was her. Those were real, genuine feelings and emotions. Like when she's asking him to like move in with her, like that's her there. Agreed. That's not some act. So
yeah, I wonder how she'll be. Because I assume she'll be the main character for The Boys season 5. Like she's got to be. So I am curious how they'll like deal with her and her character and all that.
Yeah.
And also, I just thought about something else I do want to touch up on actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you think that The Boys are going to continue doing their like one season a year thing, where they do like the Boys season, like they do a Boys season, then a Gen V season? But if they do that, then like the next year, for instance, are we going to get The Boys season 5 and the Bot Rising?
I think they have to be very, very careful. I love The Boys, I do, but it's a moderation kind of show. It is a sometimes food kind of show, because if you do it too much, I'm even to that point now where it's like we've had 7 seasons of kind of a lot of the similar stuff. It can get stale very quickly, but also we're about to have potentially 3 shows on at once with maybe Gen V, Mexico, and the prequel. So
they can handle it. Like they can handle it, but
they can. But then you're gonna have that thing where it's like, well, there might be a break sometimes in between the seasons. Like you might have to wait.
They also have to be different enough. Like what I loved about the Arrowverse, so every show was a different experience.
Sure. Yeah.
You were getting different out of every single one. There was not a single show that felt like a different show. Like they all felt different in their own right.
Sure. And so far, I'd argue, well, I think up until this season, because I think this season kind of feels like just The Boys. But I think but I think up until this point, like The Boys felt very different than Gen V season 1, and the prequel is radically different. I assume will be radically different than what we have now, and The Boys Mexico can also be.
The Boys Mexico, by the way, weird idea, but we'll see.
We'll see. I think if they are doing potentially 2 a year, be smart about it.
Yeah,
And have
exactly.
it be like, okay, this is airing in January to February or something, and then the next one's in like December or like November.
Exactly.
Like have them be very separated in the year calendar.
The reason I brought up the 1 a year thing is if they do 1 a year, then we won't get Gen V Season 3 till 2028 at the earliest.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we gotta see what happens because, for instance, I do see the VOD show dropping next year, right? They just started filming.
Yeah. So, okay. So, like, I guess I'm okay with that because I do think the first one needs to come out kind of. You don't want the momentum of the final season to drop off too much because there are going to be people that are like, well, very similar to like Avengers Endgame. There are going to be people who are like, well, I'm done. This universe is over. You have to kind of get people stuck with what's next. So I think VOT Rising is okay if it maybe comes out again, maybe end of 26. So like
it'll come out 26. I'm seeing November, like January. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, like a Thanksgiving time or like around this time next year.
Yeah, I'm seeing this time next year or maybe early 27. But I don't. As much as I think they should keep doing the 1 season a year thing, they're getting too much content to a point where it's going to be way too much to just do 1 season a year.
Gonna be too much, yeah. Especially when this is a studio that is making fun of Marvel and DC for doing these things. Like there's man, I'll be honest, like there's that line with I forget his name. The guy in the suit. I'm forgetting his name right now.
From what show? The Boys, Gen V.
Both. That was in this show tonight. He can't talk, or he should not be able to talk. I'm playing.
The freaking.
We're both thinking on it.
Fuck. 1 sec.
Yeah, he's like he used to be a clone of
Black Noir.
Black Noir. My goodness, it was gone.
Yeah. I knew it was Black something, but I was like, Black what? Black what? Black what?
Yeah, like there's that line where it's like, oh man, like you shouldn't have just been setting up what's next. Like it felt like you know, like they're shitting on the MCU there and stuff like that. Where it's like, yeah, but aren't you literally doing the same exact thing in this very episode? You're just setting up what comes next, and it's I do think that's a little bit of an issue I've had with this universe, where it's like,
I agree.
It loves making fun of these other IPs while slowly turning into what you kind of hated. It's like turning into what you've made fun of all these years.
Well, because say what you want about Amazon, they're always going to love the franchise.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. I mean, again, like Amazon they're just like Disney. Like they are a corporation. Like they are a $1 billion corporate empire that.
Exactly. It's like, and Amazon and Disney are the two ones that are going to franchise the most. Like, I'll only mention this for a second, but like, for instance, Amazon, freaking Paramount.
Yes.
They, with their new head, seem not to be franchising with the cancellation of Dexter Original Sin and all that. And I think that's a terrible idea for that specific idea.
Yeah.
But like, I'm a Star Trek fan. I'm kind of worried about what's going to happen with Star Trek with that.
Yeah. All right. Let's go through these comments and then we will move on to our next show.
I'll be back in 1 minute, actually, because I have to go get my shirt.
Okay, go ahead. I'll go through these comments while you do that. Cameron Walker said, "I don't think The Boys Mexico is not happening. It hasn't been greenlit yet. I see no reason right now why they wouldn't do it. It seems like they want to, and the show is still a big IP for them. I think they're just waiting for The Boys season 5. I think they're just waiting to see how that goes for them, how people are feeling. Again, like we said, we already have VOT Rising filming. Like it's done or started to be done filming. Like it's good on that front. So again, I think they're waiting. And I think that's the same with like Gen V season 3. I think they just want to just finish The Boys out, and then there's probably going to be a meeting with Amazon and the cast of these shows and stuff like that. Be like, okay, what do we want to go? Like, where are we going next with everything? And they'll probably make a little bit of like a game plan within the couple shows they have working.
It's also, I'm surprised that The Boys Diabolical never got season 2. Like, I think that had potential.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was from my understanding, that was a COVID decision to make
Probably.
that show, because they were like, we have to wait a long time before we can get season 3 out to you guys, but we don't want the momentum to completely die. So
I
here's
mean, yeah.
just a little something to hold you guys over until we can get season 2 out.
Wait, when did The Boys Diabolical come out? Was that 2022?
2020?
Oh.
Was
No,
it
it's
2020?
2022. No, it's 2022.
Two, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I kind of thought that because I knew The Boys season 1 and 2 were 2020 and 2019.
Yes. Okay.
And I knew season 3 of The Boys of 2022 as well, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so they would have had a 3-year gap if there wasn't for that, or like 2.5-year gap or whatever.
2.5, yeah. So. Which I'm like, because The Boys, for instance, have had a season pretty much every year other than 2021, which COVID, respect. So.
No, they've done good in this era of shows not. I mean, Amazon in general, I actually think are some of the better at that. Like, Reacher's got 3 seasons out. Like, they get a season out every year, and I mean, Invincible struggled, but they're also like animation stuff like that too. So
yeah, and it does kind of hurt Invincible because I do think season 1 had the best animation out of the 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do like the season 2 and 3, and then we're getting 4 pretty much in March, I believe.
Yeah. Nuru in the chat said Genevieve finale felt like setup / premiere for The Boys season 5 in some ways, sure. And then Marlon was helping us out with Black Noir. Yes, thank you.
Yes, but yeah, overall, in general, Amazon have been the best for probably keeping up Stevens. Like, I don't know when Cape Crusaders season 2 is coming out, but I don't think it's that far away.
I hope we get updates on both that and Superman here soon, because it's been a while.
Okay, I know Cape Crusader had a recent update with how they're going to use Joker and how they're in post production, so they're almost done. And then I know My Adventure with Superman also had a post production thing. I'm much more waiting to see any updates on My Adventure with Green Lantern.
Yes. Yeah, I think Superman and Batman probably will have new seasons next year, 2026.
We're in such a great era for the big three. The big three are each getting a movie in 2027 with Spider-Verse, The Batman Part 2, and Man of Tomorrow. Spider-Man's got a movie next year. All 3 have a current ongoing animated series.
Next year's insane for like comic book shit. There's all the studios are putting out like 20 things. It's like, oh my God.
When it comes to Marvel, my least anticipated Marvel thing next year is Vision Quest, and I'm still excited for Vision Quest.
Yeah.
Like, freaking bringing back Ultron, which is like the biggest wasted character in MCU.
Yeah. No, Martin, they're like, I think across the board, they're all great. Like, individually, it's like, okay, that's a decent amount. But like, when you combine like everybody's stuff all together, it's like 40 projects between movies and TV and animation and video games. It's like,
we're getting the Wolverine game too. Like, jeez,
Wolverine, the Lego Batman game, the Black Panther, Captain America games coming out as well next year. I think January. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
That game looked good, but I didn't know it was still coming out.
Yeah, it's coming. I hope.
I haven't not trusted superhero game development in the last 5 years.
Fair. Okay, we'll answer this, and then we do have to move on to our
for sure
next show. Do you think Gen V characters will show up in The Boys season 5? Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know how much, but I think we get that. I think they're. You know what? I would not be shocked if there's like one episode dedicated to it. Like, maybe they're not in every episode, but there's at least one episode that's like dedicated to the 2 teams teaming up. Which, like, say what you will about like the homework thing, that's hype as fuck to me. I cannot wait to see these dynamics punch into each other. Like, I want just the like Arrowverse feelings, where it's like, oh, the characters from here and here, they're teaming up together, they're fighting whatever. Oh,
I've been looking for that Arrowverse feeling for years. Like, I watched Doctor Who this summer, New Who.
Yes, sure.
And I'm gonna watch Torchwood soon, and maybe Class, we'll see. But I'm waiting for the Arrowverse thing. I kind of got a little bit of it with the crossover that David Tennant had towards the end of his run.
Yeah.
But and I think The Walking Dead might give me that feeling. But it's a feeling that I've never been able to find with anything else.
I do think The Boys is the closest thing right now to the Arrowverse, just in terms of like multiple series in the same continuity, kind of running at the same time and having those close connections to each other.
I mean, I'll be real. Peacemaker Season 2 gave me some of those vibes, actually.
Sure. Yeah. I would agree. At least in like the first half, like there's like you have the like Justice Gang showing up, which is cool.
And then like Lex and all that. It's like it felt connected. It felt something that the MCU has really been not doing well in the last few years.
No, they've been yeah, agreed. I don't forget the Spider-Man Noir. Yes, we already mentioned that a little bit ago. It would take all day to mention everything that's coming out next year because
there's so much. We didn't even mention Lanterns. Like there's so much.
We didn't mention DC like Lanterns and Supergirl and
Clayface. Like
too much, too much. So I'm excited for it. We're eating well, but it's like
literally, I'm a comic book fan. I'm so hyped.
As someone who like does these shows a couple times a week, it's like I love it. We get stuff every week, but it's like I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in. Like that's just all comic book stuff. That's not. I mean,
if you look at the other, no, for sure. Like are you a Reacher guy?
A little bit. I haven't loved the last couple of seasons, but
That's fair. I think season 1's the best contained season, but I enjoyed season 3 a lot.
Fair. It's fun.
I didn't enjoy season 2 super much, but
I didn't love season 2. Yeah.
Anyways,
yes, let's move on to our second show today, and that is It's Welcome to Derry. The start of a new show here. I am very new to the world of it. Like I said, or I don't know if I said at the jump or if it was in our pre-talk before we went live here, but I just watched these a couple weeks ago. We did a pipeline on it where I was like, I'm just gonna. I watched a lot of it because I am a procrastinator. And I said the night before, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start this next one, and I was like, I'm gonna start the first one. I was like, this is 3 hours long. So I watched about.
It's the first one 3 hours long.
The first one's 3 hours long, and the second one's 3 hours long, and like the second one is like. The middle one is like an hour 40 or something. So I watched about like 8 hours of it in like 20 and like in the scope of like 24 hours. And like by the end of it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is so much.
I mean, I'm also pretty new to it actually. I watched let me think. I watched it for the first time probably a year ago. Okay, kind of mistaken. I saw the second one in theaters with a friend when it came out, but I hadn't seen the first. I wasn't paying much attention to it, so I rewatched them both about a year ago, and then I watched the 90s series too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the first. Okay, yeah, the first. Yeah, first okay.
Original. Which I watched it as a movie because on Amazon it was like a movie.
That's how I watched it too. Yeah, like I watched it as a film.
Yeah, and I think all of them are good. I don't love the ending of it, Chapter 2.
Yeah, I think I felt pretty interesting on all of them. Where like I thought the first one. And I viewed it as a movie, so I kind of reviewed it as such. I thought like that first one was interesting because it was like it's simultaneously too long and too short all at once, at least as a movie, where I'm like, this does kind of drag a little bit in that third act. Which I guess makes sense because it is it was a show turned into a movie. Yeah, exactly. But
and I also think Tim Curry killed in that show.
Oh my God, Tim Curry's incredible.
He was
my God. But like I felt like it was somehow too long, and yet I also wanted more because I was like,
I get
many things I wanted to develop, which is why like watching these movies, I instantly saw why they wanted to do a TV show based on this.
No, like, I think so too. There's a lot of lore with it, so like you really don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
you don't know anything about Pennywise at all.
There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of just like getting to spend time with those characters that I think those like again that the first movie especially where it's like you're just spending time with these characters. They're just going on adventures and they're doing things, they're hanging out, they're building everything in the way that they are. It's like, oh, this kind of feels like you feel like why it was a TV event, and like there's a reason they separated part 1 and part 2 when when you rebooted the franchise in 2017. It makes sense why they did that into 2 parts.
I think it works good as 2 parts, but in doing the 2 parts, I think it 1 is significantly better in Chapter 2 for me.
100%. 2 was a lot. 2 was I think there's a lot of fluff in 2. I think they realized that not much of that original it was them as adults. Like most of that movie is them as children, and then I think they realized, oh, we need to fill in these gaps. And like there was like multiple points where I'm like, all right, it's the end of the movie, and there's like an hour and a half left. I'm like, oh my god.
It's such an interesting franchise too, because like it's something that could be franchised like so easily, and it's probably hasn't until now.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk spoilers on the show, by the way?
Yes, spoilers. We're talking full spoilers. If you guys have not seen it, go away.
Okay, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and starting with Welcome to Derry.
Yes.
That show really, really proved it was not going to be the same as the movies.
Yes. I felt like we talked about this in our pre-thing inside the studio, but I was about to give this episode a completely different review than I am about to, because I ended up being like, like halfway through I was like, okay, this kind of feels very repetitive with the same themes and ideas as the first one, and they're not doing, and like the pacing was going pretty fast for a whole season that was dedicated to this and blah blah blah, and it ends, I'm like, oh my god, there's a reason for all the complaints I just had in my head. Like the reason it's fastly paced is because it literally had to be this. They were one-off spoilers. They're one-off characters, and the reason it's so like repetitive of the original movies is like, oh, because it's literally showing you, like we said, that this is not your daddy's it. Like this is a different. It's like it's like this like Elseworlds what if story of like, hey, what if he won? Like, what if he just killed them?
Like, here's the one thing I'm going to learn from it. I don't think a single character in any of these seasons are going to survive.
That's the interesting thing. That's the thing I'm fascinated by. Especially, like, I think this works for, like, at least this season. I think it's going to work perfectly fine if you end the season with, like, they're dead. But then, how does that work for season 2? Because then I'm like...
Actually... I was thinking, would you be like, if they had a character that you were gonna meet in season 2, but he shows up as an adult in season 3, would you be interested in that? Because then you would know the entire next season that he was gonna survive.
So,
or I meant to be appear in season 1, towards the end.
Okay,
like, if you
so
meet a character that you're gonna meet later on, but you meet him as an adult first.
Okay, so like just for example, that like Sergeant we meet in this episode, he just had it's that, but now he's a kid in the
but now he's a kid the previous season, but you know the whole season he's gonna live. Like I thought about that, and I was like, I think it would be fun, but at the same time, you just know that one character is gonna live the whole time.
That's true. I mean that's kind of how the OG it kind of works too, though. It's like you're kind of like, most of these kids are going to survive because we see them as adults. So
well, exactly, especially since I saw the second one before the first, I knew as every single one of those kids are going to survive. So it is what it is, but
I think this show, and again, I watched it just about an hour ago at this point, maybe an hour and a half at this point. So it's all very still fresh in my mind. Don't ask me any character names yet, because I don't know if I could tell you yet. Or I guess I don't have to in some areas.
No, it's literally just 2 girls, and that's it.
Yeah, which it's ballsy. It is ballsy as hell, and I kind of respect the hell out of it, of just being it's very much that like Invincible thing that like we talked about earlier, where it's like it starts off being like, okay, this is fine, it's a basic it's a basic show, it's a basic horror show, all right, and I'm excited to see where we go, and then it's like I love a sucker punch like that you're not expecting. I love being like, this is who you think you're traveling with? We'll try again. Like, that's not what we're doing here. Sure. I really like that.
The opening didn't grab you?
The opening's good. Yes. No, it's very.
The opening would grab me, because the opening, I would say the middle off maybe, because I kind of was like, it's probably going to be similar to chapter 1. I'm like,
yeah. No,
like, no. It wasn't me not enjoying it, but I was like, it's a bit.
No, 100%. Like there were really good things happening, and like I also didn't have a problem with any of it because I was like, okay, they're clearly just setting up what the season is going to be. Like I don't typically need the pilot of a show to like. I
No.
needed to do stuff, obviously. Like I need it to make me want to watch more, but I don't need it to like. I personally like the way a show ends more than it starts. Like I think you can have a slower start, and then if you
Yeah, I
get that
agree.
landing, that's where it works for me.
I mean, I've said this for years. The best episode of a show is either going to be the first episode or the last episode.
Yes. Yeah.
I genuinely think the best episode of show could easily be the first episode, but the best episode of show could just as easily be the final episode that they ever.
Yeah. Yeah. No. But yeah, like the opening is it's incredible. It is.
The opening grabbed me like fully. Like, I was like, "Holy shit! What the
It
hell
does grab you.
What just happened?"
Yeah.
That was so graphic for no reason. I was like, Jesus.
I definitely think it's the most like. I don't know. I guess graphic the show has got. Like that was one of like the big things that kind of surprised me about watching those movies for the first time. Is like I was like, they weren't that scary necessarily. Like there's scary moments that happen, but like they're pretty tame.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I used to hate horror. Like I really hated horror. My mom didn't like horror. Yeah. My mom didn't like horror, so I always kind of kept assuming that I would be scared by it.
Same.
And then I watched It Chapter 2, and I wasn't super scared by it. It didn't get me into horror, but I was like, this isn't that scary. Yeah. I really got into horror about a year ago, where I started watching like the Halloween movies and Scream, and that included It. And now I'm not a super horror fan, but I am into horror now.
Yeah.
And It Chapter 2 still isn't scary to me.
It Chapter 2 is a comedy at times.
Yeah.
Like there are some scary bits in like I think the original has I think some of the scariest stuff, or it's not super scary, but like there's some bits in it that
I will say there is something about. Okay, there's what's the guy who plays It? What's his name?
Bill Skarsgård. From these ones. Yeah,
Bill Skarsgård. The Bill Skarsgård's like Pennywise. Is that all practical? Do you know?
I don't know how much is involved, but I do know a lot of it is just like his facial expressions. And
which is why I think he'd have a great job. But it's like there is something to be said about Tim Curry and just fully practical. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Like there's this interview I really like from him, and I saw this like even like way before I watched it. But like he has like there could be people from this. I think it's Bill Hader asked him like what effects did they do for that one shot where like your eyes are like going to the side of your head? It's like and he just does it. He just does it in front of him, and it's like holy shit, that's crazy. But no,
he would be a good comedy actor if he wanted to be.
I know there's a lot of people that like want him to be Joker, and I'm like, is that too on the nose? Sure, but also I understand why people want it too.
I get it. My thing with Joker is I'm just so Jokered out right now.
I need a good like comic accurate Joker. Like
no, I would love a good comic accurate Joker.
I need silly Joker, like classic Joker again. Like I think every Joker is like we need to reinvent Joker, and I'm like, I don't know if we've really seen actual Joker in such a like since like.
Not to get on too much.
I'd argue.
No, for sure. Not to get on too much of a tangent, but every single Joker, and Cape Crusader said this recently, our Joker is going to be like something you've never seen before. I'm like, I want to see a
Joker. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see a different Joker. Like, okay, yeah, every now and then it's cool to see a different Joker. Yeah, Batman Cape Crusader Joker is probably going to be cool.
Yeah.
But I want to see a comic accurate Joker, which I genuinely think the only comic accurate Joker we've ever gotten is Mark Hamill.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel the same with Batman, where I'm like, I don't know if I've seen my Batman in live action yet. It's all like, fair. Let's do something different with Batman. It's like, no, just give me like Kevin Conroy in live action, and with his, I just want Batman the animated series in live action. Like that's what I want to see.
Which in James Gunn we trust.
Let's hope.
Anyway, back to Welcome to Derry.
Welcome to Derry. Yeah. No. But yeah, no, like I oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Welcome to Derry it shocked me. Like I really didn't expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah, it definitely. I think the fun of it has always been those like period piece like storytelling.
Yeah.
And just what they're able to do with that, again, with that small town vibe. And I think they recreate it very well, but in a new vibes, because it is, what is it, 27 years earlier, so, or no, what it's like a 40 some year time jump in between the last time we saw this town. So I think they do a great job at like making it feel alive, making it feel vibrant, but also different enough with its vibe. Like, I think that like 60s aesthetic is so much fun to just live in, outside of the like the racism and stuff like that, obviously. Like, that's stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I'm a big diner guy. Like, I wish diners were still around today.
The like jukebox diner, like movie.
All we got in Cali of Johnny Rockets. Like, I like Johnny Rockets, but I want more diners. They're so hard to find these days.
Yeah, but, we went to one in I went to Tennessee on vacation this year, and like we went to this old fashioned jukebox diner with like the tiny little seats, and it was very fun. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Diner was so fun. Like, bring back diner. Diner would be great.
But like big belly burgers and the
big belly burger, great. I mean, even though the one in Peacemaker was not a diner, but
no,
but Flash was much more of a diner. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I will say, in an era where everything seems to be turning into a TV show. Like, we have Alien, we got Blade Runner next year, we've got
Carrie's getting a show. Yeah,
who's getting a show?
Carrie.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. The Mike Flanagan show. Yeah.
And
then we've got a bunch of stuff that are just getting TV. Like, Marvel started really producing TV. DC's producing high quality TV. Like, with everything getting a show, I do think Welcome to Derry did a good job at distinguishing itself from the movies.
Yeah. No. Like, again, like, I think I completely understand the pitch of wanting to do a show for this franchise.
No, for sure.
I'd argue it almost makes more sense as a show than even a movie, and just like the way.
I mean, that's why the original one was a show. The original one, they thought would work as a show.
Yeah, I'd argue most book adaptations probably would make for better shows than movies.
I mean, even though we're getting a new Harry Potter show.
I have mixed feelings on that one, because I'm like, I kind of think it works. I kind of think the idea works on paper, but then it's like, but J.K. Rowling.
It would have worked if we didn't have those movies, and it was the first time we had heard about adaptation. Everyone would be so for it.
I'd feel better if it seemed like they were doing different things and unique things.
The Harry Potter world seems to only be doing Hogwarts. They have a bigger world.
Yeah.
Even the game of Hogwarts, they have a bigger world. Just saying.
Yeah, that's a side tangent for
that's another time.
But no, I mean, I do really like that this show is really leaning into its constructs, I guess. And like, this is something I heard a lot from the book fans over these last couple of weeks, and big criticisms of those movies I hear is like, well, it's kind of just Pennywise a lot of the time. If they really focus in on, I mean, it's all Pennywise, but like the clown itself, like, he's just Pennywise the clown, where like it is not technically Pennywise the clown. It's just he's just a form. And this show so far, like, you don't see Pennywise at all in this first episode, and they've said he's not in a lot of the show, and they're really focusing on these other aesthetics and these other creepy crawly things.
I don't think you need.
Yeah, same.
I don't think he's needed for this show. Like they said, I mean, you just said, like, they did say that he's probably not going to be most of the show. I don't think he's going to be until at least the back 3 episodes.
Yeah. I think that's just a really smart way to go about it, because I think you see this a lot with these things where it's like, okay, blank is coming back for this show, but they only could do 1 or 2 episodes. I think out of all the shows that are like this is one of the better versions of that, because it just makes sense. Like, he doesn't have to be there. It makes sense that there's not, like, again, he has other things, especially like, I don't know, like, clowns are scary, obviously, but I don't think they're like the scariest thing, especially like back in the 60s, like how, I guess clowns were bigger back in the 60s and stuff like that than probably it would be in like 2017 or something. But like, I don't know. It's interesting. I think it's smart. I again, like, I loved the little baby monster that they had this week. Like, genuinely terrifying.
Yeah. Like, that episode was so like that monster. Like, it's obviously Pennywise, but you don't need to see Pennywise to know that's Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need
No,
to
for
see
sure.
his physical. Yeah. Also, not to mention, Bill Skarsgård. I don't know if you saw. Like, he was so 50-50 on being in the show until about a year ago. Like, when they were developing the show, they were developing it without the intention of him even returning.
That's interesting.
They thought about recasting or even having him in the show. They didn't know if he was going to return or not.
Okay. That's
and then he showed the return, but not from the main character, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's for the like. I'm curious as we get closer to the back half, because I did hear that they're doing a lot with like the lore, and they're finally going to be like. I know the book does a lot of it, I'm pretty sure, but like they're really explaining the lore of Pennywise and like why is it a clown and like where does he ultimately come from, like a lot of these elements. And so I think the further back we go, like I would be curious to be like, why a clown? Like why was that your choice?
I do think it would kind of be interesting to have Bill Skarsgård of a main character in season 1 or in season 3 of Welcome to Derry and show his entire transformation.
Yeah, like show me who was the original Pennywise the clown, because it seems like it was. I assume, again, I haven't read the books, so the book probably has other stuff in that. But it's like I assume Pennywise the clown was a real clown at some point in time that he kind of just either like, impressed on or took over, or like it was inspired by. So like that.
No, I know one of the early trailers, or I saw this somewhere, I don't know where, has a picture of like 1908, and you see Bill Skarsgård performing Pennywise. And that original, And that is what I want to see.
Show me, like, I love it's like It Part 2 is it's something like it's a bit weird, but I think my favorite bit of that movie is his death scene when he's dying and his performance, like in the eyes, there is like genuine like fear behind it. And I like that he becomes in that moment, like he becomes an actual character, and like there is thoughts and emotions behind it. It's like it's the equivalent of like a lion hunting down its prey. Like he enjoys doing so, but like it is ultimately food for him, and he is this being outside of just like killing these kids. Like there is more behind that I would be interested to see if they explore.
I mean, I wonder if we'll get yes, Pennywise is dead, but honestly, if they want to make a sequel in like 15 years, I could see them doing it.
Well, I mean, that one is dead, right? But it's I assume it's a whole species of creatures. You could just be like, hey, it's his brother. Like it's a new one or whatever.
And I wonder if they would wait 27 years from 2017 to actually get nostalgia.
Oh, that would be. Give me like futuristic Pennywise, like have it be like 2067 and there's like spaceships and like I don't know. I mean, then it's kind of just like Alien at that point, I guess. But like,
I mean, but Alien's good. People like Alien.
Cool, I'm down. Yeah.
You see the show recently?
I never finished it. I got 2 episodes in. I liked it though. I enjoyed it. It's
too smart for its own good.
Okay, interesting. I'll It's on my list of things I would have to finish by the end of the year.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
I'm trying to think like what do I want to get into, because again, there's
Andy Muschietti.
Andy Muschietti, he's back. He's great. I think the director. Did he actually direct these, or was he just a producer?
He directed the first episode. The first episode he 100% directed. Okay. Like it said directed by Andy Muschietti at the end. So he 100% directed the first episode. I believe from memory it said he was going to direct half of the season.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I am wondering how that will contribute to not Cape Crusader, Brave and the Bold. Yeah, when he eventually has to direct that.
Yeah, because if he's got a 3-season plan, man, when's Brave and the Bold going to come out?
Yeah.
I don't think he's directing it, truthfully.
Interesting.
I want him to direct it because as much as a lot of people don't like the Flash movie, I think he did Batman very well in the Flash movie.
I stand by that movie's problems are not his fault.
Not at
I
all.
think he jumped on a sinking ship and he did his best to try and save what he could.
And I think what he did with Batman in that movie is so good. So I can see why James Gunn wanted him to do a Batman movie.
Yeah. I did enjoy the little Flash reference we had in this episode as well. The little Flash comic. That was a nice little, like, I see what you mean.
The Clayface thing was weird because, like, Clayface's anniversary was yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
The Clayface comic, like, James Gunn, he posted on Twitter and Instagram, like, the comic, and it was that same comic cover. Like, was that planned?
I don't know. That's funny, though.
It's so random because, like, it was literally on Clayface's anniversary. You had his first appearance in the episode.
Yeah.
That's such a random coincidence.
That is weird. That's funny. But yeah, no, I liked a lot of those bits. I loved there's that sequence, like, when he's in the bedroom. I forget the kid's name, but, like, he's just been told that, like, oh yeah, like, they would turn their faces into lampshades and blah blah blah. And like, as soon as that's said, I'm like, God, I know where this is going. I know what they're doing. And he goes into the room and he turns on the light. I'm like, God damn it, they're gonna do it. I was not expecting what it would look like, though. Just the lamp is this, like, this face. It reminded me of that one, like, Doctor Who episode, and I think it's like the second episode ever where it's like the flattened human face, and it's just how it crawls out of the. It's very well done. It's very well put together.
The Doctor Who have some of the wackiest, but some of the best episodes I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, it's I guess it's hard to fully dive in because, again, it feels like it does feel like next week is probably going to be the actual first episode, I guess, of the show, right? It's going to be like, this was set up, but now it's like, okay, next week we're going to learn the actual cast of the show and what the dynamics are for the whole season. Now that we know who our two main kids are officially.
No, for sure. Also, I'm reading these comments. Those were actually the ancestors?
What's that?
They were actually the ancestors of, like, the original characters?
I don't know. I think the first season is gonna. I think just theories, maybe.
Oh, well, I'm looking at. No, it's because I'm also looking at the cast list, and there is a kid who have the same last name as the. I forget the guy from it. From Mike.
Oh, maybe.
So that's interesting. If they are really the ancestor, that's interesting.
Is it like a, like, chosen one situation then? Is it like,
maybe, like, are you just gonna go down the family tree, like?
Yeah. Is it like a curse? Yeah, like, once you imprint on, like, the blood, it's like you have a taste for that blood or something like that. It's like coming back for your favorite chip or something, where it's like, I love that taste. I need to get more of that. I don't know. So that would be fascinating.
If it genuinely is like ancestor, like, that is genuinely interesting. I don't know how much they can do with that idea, but for a 3-season plot, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Would this show still be considered a miniseries if it have a 3-season idea already?
No, I think a miniseries is only ever like a one.
Well, because I know people consider Andor and Loki miniseries, and those were 2 seasons, but it's because they were more of a part 1, part 2 type thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd consider those miniseries, but, like, I get it. Like, it's like
I haven't seen Andor yet. I plan to, but from what I've heard, it's a very similar vein to Loki with type of, like, show where they had a season plan at the beginning.
Yeah, I guess Andor kind of makes sense in that realm because they kind of wrote it as one, right? Like, it was one long storyline that they just happened to split into 2 separate seasons.
For sure. Yeah.
Where Loki feels a little bit more like, well, yes, it was all kind of planned. Like, that feels more season 1, season 2 to me.
No, I get you. Yeah, for sure. Because Andor, that's a show I gotta watch. I plan to have a whole Star Wars binge next year.
That's fair. This is also a show I could see also doing more if they want to. Like, if it is well enough, I could see them being like, well, yes, it's a 3-season plan, but I could see them also just being like, hey, we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do.
The way I see it, it depends on how they do season 3. If season 3 is straight up his origin, it'll be a little harder to do more.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because there is a time frame that I didn't really think about where it's like, oh, it can only be every 45 years or whatever. So that does, like, that does limit your potential.
Yeah, you can't like it have so much potential. They could do a what if. Like I'm all for more what if series. Give me what if series for some random franchises.
Yeah.
Give me more what ifs, bro.
No, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like I don't have a lot to say yet. Again, I need.
It's just the opening of the season. There isn't much to it yet. Like it was such a good premiere though for what it was.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's for what it was. It's a premiere that really met with expectations.
Yeah.
And also a lot of people who didn't like Andy Muschietti after the Flash movie. I'm just saying they're all taking the word back from this episode.
Yeah, I loved the movie theater set piece as well. Like I love the slow burn of like the musical and the old timey tape kind of winding down and you just slowly pan in.
I always love seeing old towns in like movies and TV. I always think they can do a great job. One of my favorite strengths from Stargirl was just Blue Valley.
Yes.
I think it looks like an old town, and I think that was such a good strength for it.
Yeah, just that like slow zoom in as you slowly realize he's in the movie, and then he's slowly walking towards them. And it's like he's coming out of it. The thing comes out of the movie, and it's the same size as the like TV screen itself. Fantastic choice. I thought that was really good.
Fantastic, and really, I didn't think anyone was going to die in that episode. That really
it's because like you're kind of treated because I think especially since there's kids, it's what makes it even like less expected because you don't really see that often.
A
like
lot
murder of children
don't have the guts to kill kids, and it's fair. It's completely fair. But HBO, I will say, is like the one franchise that I'm not surprised did it.
Yeah.
HBO has always had a darker vibe when it comes to streaming. They've always had more guts. Recently, Amazon, like we said previously, have had guts to do shit. But I don't even see time killing a kid in the boys or anything. I don't see them killing a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think it definitely adds to that shock value because you're so just kind of expected. It's like, okay, it's a kid show. They're all going to win. And, also just playing off of what you know from the franchise previously. It's like, okay, they kind of like come together and they all become friends and then they beat it and that, and like there's this formula that your brain is just like automatically like connected to. And then so when it averts, it's like, oh, and like that's a twist you can only do once. Like again, like that doesn't work for season 2 or 3. So it's
season
like
2, I think it would kind of be interesting for season 2 if it kind of played on those expectations and the kids just don't die till the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because like that's the interesting thing is like he can't necessarily lose, right? No, like, and that kind of defeats. Like you have to show why he's such a, and like that's the interesting thing. We're like, we are finally going to see what a big threat he is and how scary he is. Like how scary can he be if he's lost twice to these random people,
Exactly.
So it's like
he's won like at least 3 different times with 3 different sets of children.
Yeah. No,
so
you are.
But he is a threat that should not be reckoned with. Like,
and I'm super excited to rewatch those movies with the new context of that, and
sure.
like it's probably going to be really interesting. And like I think his face at the end, like when he's dying, is probably going to hit a lot harder. Where it's like, wait, I've done this so many times. Like, why can't I kill these damn group of people? I've done this so many times previously. Like,
yeah. So
that's interesting for sure.
If back to the ancestor thing. If these really are the ancestor, I wonder how. Then that means those characters can't die, though. I'm just saying. If these really are the ancestor, it means we do know who can't die.
Sure. Maybe it's a thing where it's like some of them die, but like one gets away or something like that.
Or right? or straight up they could have a brother, or like they could have another kid, something like that. But
sure. Like there's that scene. I think it's from like part. Is it part 2? Or maybe it's part 1, but like he like makes the like deal with them where it's like, all right, if you let me have him, I will let the like rest of you go. And like it's like maybe it's something like that where like maybe one agrees to it. He's there like, yeah, sorry, we got to get out of here. And like that would be a really dark ending too of just seeing the like not every child is as strong as those kids were. Which in fairness. Wouldn't blame them at all. Like that's a tough situation, but also like not everyone is going to be just willing to sacrifice their lives for their friend. So
there's kids. They're kids. You can't really blame them.
I would not blame any kid to be like, sorry, like, you know, it's like it's like if you're in like Attack with a Lion and you left someone to die. It's like, sorry, but I couldn't fight the lion. It was either we all die or, you know, like, so I would not judge them at all.
To talk about the kind of implications of this first episode, we never really got into like what's probably going to happen in episode 2 and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like those kids who died are about to go missing. That town is about to go in panic.
Yeah, and just like based on the promo, I don't know if you've seen the promo or not, but like it definitely feels like, oh yeah, like shit is going down, and like someone already mentioned the like military stuff. Again,
we haven't actually gone into that. Yeah,
I don't know what's going. Like, there's that scene where like they break in and they. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm excited.
That feels like such a different story.
Yeah,
that feels like something going on. Like,
which I guess is the strength of doing the season, right? Like, if each episode this season, is an hour long, like this episode was. This one season is the same length as all 3 of the original movies combined.
Which is not a bad thing. Like, it's
not a bad thing. No. I think it's a good thing. Hopefully it's a good thing.
Hopefully. I mean, I've seen series like run way too long, like with their seasons. Like,
sure. So yeah, no, that's interesting. So we have to introduce these other plot lines, these other ideas. It seems like there's some kind of like military investigation.
The military trying to catch Pennywise sounds like a funny idea.
That is. Oh man, I really want a sequence between like the full force of like a military force against Penny. Like, I think there's that scene from like the Flash season 4 where like the Thinker is just like wiping out Argus agents like against the walls. He's throwing out like I think there could be a cool scene like that where he is wiping them out. He's going to town. I think that could be really, really fun.
Yeah, they could do so much with the show. It has so much potential to be like one of the greats when it comes to like adaptations of shows. Like, I was say it's happened a while. I don't know if you saw the Dune show.
The Doom show?
No, Dune.
Duke. No, I haven't.
No, Dune.
Dune? Oh no, I haven't. I'm not a huge Dune guy.
Yeah, neither am I. I watched it just because like me and my dad were for something to watch.
Okay, yeah.
But when it comes to a show like that, I don't think that show was extremely well done because that show felt too much like the movies.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Where I do think that Welcome to Derry is going to completely avoid.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. I don't think it's going to feel much like the movies, which I think is a benefit for it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I'm really excited to kind of see where this story unwinds. Jesus.
Yeah, they've got some really good ideas for it. Like, it can be really good.
One thing I'll say, as just kind of like a final like funny comment, is like I was kind of pissed when the trailer came out and I saw the like date of it, because at first I was like, man, I really wish it came out earlier in the it came out last month so we could have all of spooky season to talk about and do the show.
Yeah, that's something interesting with like horror stuff. They're not coming out at the right time right now.
But like once it started, I kind of got it a little bit because I was like, wait, it takes place at Christmas. It's a Christmas. So I was like, it was like, when will it end? Like, it ends kind of close. Like, I think it ends like right before it was like end of November.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, maybe it was done on purpose to like capture a bit of the Halloween. And yeah,
episode 2 comes out on Halloween. I am curious if they got something planned for that.
Yeah, that's exciting too. Like,
and it's coming out early Halloween. Like, it's coming out at different times, but they know people are going to trick or treating and stuff. Even though I don't think a single kid should be watching the show, but
Yeah. We'll probably just for like people can have the whole day to watch it, right? For it can be just be like, oh, you can, like you have those options. You could just put it on anytime.
I mean, I'm doing a Halloween party with my friends that day, so like honestly, it'll work better for me to just watch in the morning.
Right. No, for sure.
Because okay. Yeah, it's Welcome to Derry. It just, I've said it, but just said it was a big surprise for me. Like that episode really was.
I had fun with it. I'm excited to. Again, I love that HBO is continuing with these 8-episode long weeks. They don't usually do their pair-ups too much. It's like, hey, TV for the next 3 months, and you get to kind of just have that journey. I think it's gonna be a fun journey over these next weeks.
Last year we had Penguin. This year we got It's Welcome to Derry, a couple other stuff this year. They're really leaning in debate episodes, really good shows, like high quality shows.
Yeah, next year, have that new Game of Thrones show at the beginning of the year, and then it leads into Lanterns, and they got some stuff cooking. I'm really excited with what they got going on.
Weirdly enough, Peacemaker feels like the least of their HBO shows to me.
Yeah, well, was that HBO or was it like Max? I feel like it was like a Max.
Oh, you're right. It probably was Max. Yeah, probably was Max.
Yeah.
It feels like I feel like HBO do a lot darker stuff. Well, Peacemaker was definitely dark. It had a light vibe to it, like a light tint.
It's a comedy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly. It was a comedy. But no, HBO have been consistently making my favorite original content for like a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Prime is close. Don't get me wrong. Prime is very close.
HBO has that reputation of just
they really do
a good quality show. Yeah.
In my history, they've only canceled a single show that I'm still pissed about to this day, and that's Westworld.
Was that Westworld? Yeah, that was a big deal when it happened. I never watched Westworld, but I remember when that came out that it was canceled. I was like, really? It's such a big deal. That's such a big show.
It was so sad because it needed one more season. The way the last season ended was literally for one final season, and all the actors already got paid for that final season.
That's so weird.
So that's why that and Legends of Tomorrow are the biggest and recently Dexter Original Sin are the biggest I've been upset about a cancellation. I don't usually get upset about a cancellation, but those three killed me.
Was that COVID, or was that writer strike stuff?
Westworld?
Yeah.
Westworld was, I think it came out in 2022, so it was pre-writer strike, but
okay. I didn't know if they canceled it because of COVID or if it was
it was probably COVID. Writer strike. I mean, we're starting to finally feel those effects right now.
Yeah.
It took a while. We weren't feeling we got Coyote vs. Acme next year, which thank God that's coming out, and then we've got freaking Daredevil was heavily impacted by the writer strike.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to finally get those, which takes a while, but we got them.
Yeah, for sure. But that being said, I think that's gonna take us to the end of our episode today. 2 very good shows that we had today, or good episode discussions that we had today. Ben, thanks for joining me today. This was an absolute pleasure as always. Would love to have you back. Where can we find you, man? Anything you want to shout out, promo, anything you're working on?
If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, it's Ben Tess with 5 S's.
Okay.
And I usually just comment on takes of superhero stuff or comic book stuff because I'm a big comic book geek.
Fair enough. Yeah, go check out his stuff. If you want to see more of him, we've done, like we said, we did 2 episodes of Pipeline over here. So go check us talking about Iron Man 2 back in April, and our Christmas episode in 2023, I think. It's been a couple years at this point. Yeah. So go check out that stuff. In terms of the show this week, or both shows this week, I guess. After Credits, we'll be back next week. More Welcome to Derry and Has Been Hotel launches next week as well, season 2.
When did that come out? 3 days?
Tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow. I know, it's snuck up on us.
I've been waiting. I binged that season a year ago, and I've been waiting for that season.
It's so exciting.
I'm a big musical guy too, and I think the musical stuff in that is so good.
I love the show. And then Pipeline. We typically do Thursdays, but this week will be Friday. We have a Halloween themed episode. Taj is back on the show. We're talking about all 4 Halloween Town movies from Disney Channel from back in the day. So go check us out. It's gonna be very fun. And of course, stay in the studio if I can properly say goodbye to you once I hit end. And I will see you guys on the flip side.